Hey traders, welcome to another video brought to you by ZeroToHeroTrader.com, giving you the tools and the confidence to take on the markets in any environment and take your trading from zero to hero. Let's get started.
Hey, what's up guys? So this video I'm gonna be going over the trade recap for TTWO that I took in the Swing Alerts channel. For all the Swing Alerts members, you guys saw me alert this on Friday around 2:17 p.m. and we can pull that up here. Alright, so here's where I alerted in the chat. You can see 2:17 p.m. is when I got in. And I said got TTWO for a swing, looks like a possible run into earnings setting up. And then I started complaining about my Netflix that it didn't work out. Okay, so go back to the chart. Okay, so what did I see in this one? So basically this one popped up on one of our trend change scanners. And so I took a look at the chart, liked what I saw, and you can kind of see here we've got a little bit of a divergence setting up in this one. So now if you don't know what divergence is, I'll show you. Divergence is very important for trend change. So with the divergence, you've got the price action moving down, downward trend, but your momentum is moving up, so you've got a little bit of divergence. And you can really see the trend change here when it came off of this pivot at 87.97. And then another thing that we did was drew in this trend line right here, and you can see that it was breaking. So when I saw this from the scanner, it was right about here. So it had already had this nice big green candle, and then I saw that we had the earnings report is coming up in like a week or something like that. When is it? The 13th, so like next week. So I said, hey man, this thing might run right into earnings. You know, it's crossing right up on the 21 EMA, and it might have a nice run into earnings. At least we can, you know, ride that momentum, that upward momentum a little bit, especially coming off of this trend line break. We can ride that momentum up. So with this trade and a lot of the trades I've been taking lately, I've only been trying to target like 10 to 15% because SPY is just so overbought that it's just hard to really catch much without it rolling over. And we can take a look at that now. You see what I'm talking about. I mean, SPY is just really just grinding like crazy, which everybody knows. This is not showing me much. Okay, here we go. Hard to see. There we go. So you can see SPY is just hanging out above the 2 ATR line, which is this purple dotted line. It's just been hanging out right there for like a couple of weeks. So I mean, it's really hard to put something on long and let it ride, because it's, you know, you can see every couple of days it just rolls over and it wants to correct. So it's not like it is here, where if you had something here, if you got in here, you'd be, you know, really easy to just let it run, you know, a couple days. But when you're already up next to the ceiling, it's hard to leave stuff on. So I've been targeting 10 to 15%, and it's been working out really nicely. And that's what we did on TTWO. So we got in. Let's see. pull up the 5-minute. Got in around, what do we say, 217, right around here, right before the end of the day. So right around here somewhere. And then we had a nice pop up over around 98, 97-ish. And I really thought this was going to go higher than 98 in the first part of the day. But we let it run, see what happened, to see what was going to happen. And then, let's see. That's when I put on my my limit, just to go ahead and take it off in case SPY started to roll over. So we ended up with a nice 14.6% profit, which turned out to be, I think, like 120 bucks just for this one contract. So it was a really nice trade. Okay, so that was it for TTWO. Also, we put on a couple of earnings trades. I'll go ahead and go over those earnings trades really quickly for anybody who wants to kind of visualize what I've been doing with these earnings trades. So people keep asking me, you know, why don't I just buy calls, or should I buy calls, or should I buy puts on these earnings bets? And honestly, I don't ever do that because yeah, you could get lucky, and if you say, like with Google, if you had bought let's see, if you had bought Google puts, say you bought Google puts like 12.50 or something, you'd be sitting pretty tomorrow morning, of course, but who knows that that's going to happen, right? You don't ever know that that's going to happen. Honestly, even if you did buy that Google put, you might even end up losing just because of the IV crush. And we can talk about IV crush later, but basically for these trades, so what did I take? So we have tomorrow reporting before the open. We have MA, which is MasterCard, and we have McDonald's. And I want to show you guys what I got in, if I can find it in the chat. Okay, so it was right here. So this was like right before the close. Okay, so typically with an earnings play, I'm looking to sell options or sell premium because I want to play that IV crush. Now, yeah, you put up a little more money for a smaller profit, but it's a really high probability setup here. So what do we do? So we tried to get these at around the 80, or sorry, 20 delta level. So these are put credit spreads. So what do I mean by put credit spread? So I'll buy a put, or sorry, I'll sell a put out of the money and then buy one, maybe 1 to 2 strikes out to cover it. So I end up with a spread and I end up with a credit. So I'm taking in a credit, and then as the IV crushes the premium after the earnings report, I'm gonna hopefully end up taking in all of this credit and not having to give it back. So I end up making a profit of $56 or $68 per contract, and I'm just doing one lots here, but that's essentially how it works. And we'll go into toss, and I'll show you what those look like. Okay, so MA was the 240, 235 put credit spread, and I've got these. Yeah, that's okay. So I sold this one, and then I bought this one for a total credit of 68 cents. Okay, and so as long as MA does not go below 240, I should make that profit. and you can see here that it's the delta 22. I think it was like delta 21 when I got into the trade, but basically if you take the other side of that, so like 1 minus your 0.22 here, that's going to give you the probability that the trade is going to work in your favor. So this is 0.22, so we have like a 78% chance that this is going to go in our favor. Or well, here we got it. I've got it here on the thing. I didn't even realize that was in here. Okay, so it's already on here. So 76.5% chance that this is going to go in my favor. All right. Okay, so let's move on to McDonald's. Basically the exact same principle. This one was the 190, 185 put credit spread. So same deal here. We're at the 18 delta, about 80%. All right, so we did the 190, sold the 190, bought the 185 for a credit of 56 cents or $56 that we took in. And now if you want to get into like how to calculate the max risk and all that, basically it's the width of the spread, so 500 minus the credit that you take in. So I believe it was like 400 something bucks is the max risk, but hopefully that'll never even get close because we have a 80 something % chance of it working in our favor. Now, saying that, there is a 20% something chance that it will go against you, and if it does, it does, and that's the risk you take. But you have probability on your side, and in my opinion, this is the only way to do earnings trades because it's such a 50-50 gamble of which way it's going to go. You really have no idea. So it's better to have the odds in your favor. That way, if it does go against you, at least you have some cushion to, you still have some cushion for it to go against you, and you can still make money. It happened to me in Facebook last week. I did an earnings play on Facebook, and as everybody knows, Facebook ran up to like 200, and it ended up coming back down a little bit. And I think my short strike was 197.50, and it ended up coming down enough to where I could get out the same day for a profit. So that was great. So anyway, guys, that's what I had for this trade recap, and I'll let you guys know what happens to our earnings trades in the morning. Anyway, happy trading. Chart Slinger for ZeroToHeroTrader.com. See you guys in the chat. Later. Hey guys, thanks for joining us for this video. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter and Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to the channel at the bottom. And if you're not already in the Discord, go ahead and hit the link at the bottom in the description to join our Discord group. Come trade with us. All right, see you next time. From ZeroToHeroTrader.com. Happy trading.